Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading for August 2024. In front of us, we've got the Oracle decks I'll be using for the reading today, and we're going to start off with a message from goddesses, gods, and guardians for you. So I hope that you're doing well. For anyone who lives in the UK, near where I live, I don't know if you heard a thunderstorm last night. Well, they predicted a thunderstorm. To be honest, at about, I think it was probably about 6 a.m, all I heard was one massive loud bang because I had the windows open because it was so hot, and then that was it, and then it was just rain. So yeah, weirdest storm I've ever heard. I don't know if anyone heard that or if it was more dramatic or less dramatic where you are, but yeah, interesting. Anyway, let's get your card out for August 2024. What do we need to know for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising, August 2024, please? That was so fast. Yes, okay. I'm getting a yes on this, and it's strangely in reverse. Well, not strangely, but it's in reverse. I'm not going to take it in reverse. I will bear it in mind. I'm tempted to get another one. No, we're going to stick with this one, and I'll just show you that under the bottom of the deck is. So this actually could be quite relevant. We've got King Neptune. Sensitivity is giving a little bit of King of Cups vibes as well. So maybe for someone here, there's an imbalance in terms of masculine energy. That may be something to bear in mind. I'm going to put this card. Should I leave it reversed? I'm going to leave it reversed just to remind me. I'll show it to you upright. I'll leave it reversed to remind me though. So that's it upright. I'm going to look at the summary in the book for this to get more of a flavour of what it's about. I'll put that there for you. I'm contemplating whether to leave the King Neptune card out. I'm going to leave it next to me. And then depending on what tarot cards come out, then I'll make a decision. But it's just the way it came out so definitively upside down. That was quite interesting. But anyway, what are the tarot cards that we need for this reading for the Taurus collective? Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising, please. It's making me wonder if if there's an issue with someone feeling secure in their masculine or insecure in their masculine or something around that. I mean, the masculine energy, it could be saying it like that. It could be referring to someone's masculine partner, father, friend, whatever. What else do we need to know for Taurus from the tarot, please? So we had ones that wanted to flip and they didn't quite come out then. Interesting. What wanted to flip and then it double flipped, like where it seems like it's going to come out and then flips back down. Page of Wands and Two of Swords, and that to me, Page of Swords sometimes is a card of identity. It comes up with as identity. Fire, I believe, fire. So wands are more of a masculine energy, aren't they? I think fire and air are masculine and earth and water are feminine. So there could be something with someone's, as I say, contemplating their identity, their sense of security within their masculine energy, possibly. It's a possibility, but let's see what else comes out. And that can be for a man or a woman because we all have masculine and feminine energy. So it depends on the specifics, doesn't it, really? Oh, it's a bit chaotic today. So a few more have fallen out. I'm going to try that again. See, now we have, okay, someone's confused. Someone is confused here. This is what slipped out of the deck, not fell out properly, just slipped out. The Nine of Swords, which is anxiety, that can relate to insecurity. We've got the King of Swords. I did just say air can be considered a masculine energy. And would that be connected to identity with the King of Swords? I think with the King of Swords, he is usually strong in his sense of identity and his morals and what he knows. But then obviously you've got a card of anxiety there. And then you've got the Eight of Wands, which can be communication, but it can be expression as well. So again, same sort of theme about whether or not someone may be having some sort of imbalance in terms of their masculine energy. Look at the slightly similar looking people, aren't they? I don't know if you can see that. Anyway. Okay, try again and see what comes out. But there does seem to be some confusion here. It's still blurred, isn't it? Is it still blurry? Okay, I think that's better now. So again, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Right, we have some definitive, you've still got a lot of cards, definitive flyers now. That anxiety card is back. Right, we've got the Sun. We have the Seven of Cups, which is a card of confusion. I mean, with the Sun is where things are clearer. Things are clear, things are illuminated, there's enlightenment. The Seven of Cups is confusion. Well, that's one of the meanings of it, like looking at all perspectives, confusion, considering if something is worth it, basically. Whatever your heart wants, is it worth it? And then we've got the Nine of Swords here. Again, back as an anxiety card, right? So I wouldn't normally take 3 cards as like for this type of reading. But yeah, today, I guess it's necessary. What else do we need to know? So we've got 3 more, and I'm going to take that one first. 5 of Pentacles in reverse, 7 of Pentacles in reverse, 6 of Cups upright. The word acceptance came to mind. I'm not sure how it fits yet, but that did come to mind. Someone here may be concerned about rejection and as well, and there's maybe something here about worthiness as well too. So rejection would come with that 5 of Pentacles, like not wanting to get rejected if it's reversed, and something about something being worthy, worthwhile with that 7 of Pentacles. Let's get to the book first of all. Let's have a look, and I may look up that sensitivity King Neptune card as well, but let's look at Thoth first of all. I think that's how you pronounce it, Thoth. So interesting. Yeah, it's Thoth according to this book. So I'm gonna have to read the whole thing for you, to be honest. I wasn't reading it for all the other signs. I was sort of looking at the what do you call it, like the summary sort of messages, but this is pretty, I don't know, it feels quite big. It feels a bit intense. Right, it says, Thoth, divine masculine, be a conduit for awakened masculine energy. Heal the father wound. Thoth was a high priestess in Atlantis before becoming Jehuti, ancient Egyptian god of magic, wisdom, writing, and knowledge. And that is King of Swords energy, isn't it? In art, he was often depicted, I mean, when I say King of Swords energy, like the wisdom, writing, and knowledge, right? In art, he was often depicted with the head of an ibis, his sacred animal. Ascribed to the gods, the ancient Egyptians attributed him to all works of science, religion, philosophy, and magic. The ancient Greeks called him Hermes and worshipped him as the inventor of astronomy, astrology, mathematics, and every branch of knowledge, human and divine. Thoth holds the divine masculine essence where being active, purposeful, strategic, and logical synergizes with a healing, sacred purpose. Thoth is stewarding a conscious, heart-opening, soul-aligned masculine awakening. So it continues as I'm looking at that sun where it says awakening, because awakening, enlightenment, illumination, similar sort of themes. It says your purpose is to activate the divine masculine on earth. This mission will take you into numerous life lessons and personal trials as you heal your own heart and awaken to your spiritual wisdom. You have the capacity to lead by example and become a noble teacher for others. When Thoth appears, it's a powerful message of healing through personal responsibility and stepping up to sacred duty. You're healing wounded masculine energy, which shows up frequently in men but can be present in women or other gender identities. Examples of wounded masculine energy are fear of being vulnerable, living only in your head, inability to be present, numbing yourself with addictions, being ego-driven, controlling or dominating others, and emotional unavailability. A soul teacher is coming into your life embodying divine masculine qualities, which are clear communication, self-inquiry and understanding, connection to the emotions, reverence for the awakened feminine, responsibility for actions, and connection to spirit. Drawing this card can point to healing the relationship with your father. This will help you claim your soul's purpose. You're trusted and appreciated. Your awakened masculine light is needed by the world. And additional meanings say this is a message of love from your father. You can trust the man about whom you're inquiring, join or lead a men's or male identifying spiritual growth group. And the invocation says, my life is guided by the eternal masculine. I commit to this path. Interesting. I'm just going to have a quick look at that King Neptune message. I don't think I'll be reading the whole thing. I just want to see what the summary says. Because part of that divine masculine energy is, what was it? Did it say connecting to the emotions, as well as, you know, being someone who takes action, good communicator. It mentioned connecting to the emotions as well. Right, King Neptune, you're a highly sensitive soul. Embrace your softness and vulnerability. So that might be a thing. The vulnerability part might be a thing that's out of balance. Let's see. The King Neptune one, it does talk about Lemuria, but it is, for the most part, it is about embracing vulnerability, embracing sensitivity, being sensitive to emotions. Yeah, it says embracing vulnerability is a key lesson for you in this lifetime. You may unconsciously sabotage wonderful experiences and relationships because of an old fear of being emotionally exposed. King Neptune says it's safe to let others into your heart. Your sensitivity is a gift. It also refers to, it says that you may have been numbing yourself with addictive substances, unhealthy relationships, or overworking. Okay, so the invocation says, my sensitivity is a spiritual gift. It's safe to be vulnerable. Yeah, the King Neptune one is all about vulnerability for the most part. Let's get clarifying this, because it's a lot. It's interesting that that King of Swords came up though, and that really is, it really seems to be connected with that whole divine masculine. But obviously, with the King of Swords, in his higher vibration, he's like, he'd be a good leader, a great advisor, a great thinker, a great communicator. And then in the lower sort of vibe energies, shadow energies, he's going to be, he can be quite manipulative. He could be controlling, so logical that he just completely dismisses anything emotional. You know, that would be the shadow side of the divine masculine as well, wouldn't it? Right, Sun, Seven of Cups, Nine of Swords. Yes, okay. I was just questioning myself mentally if it's a yes. So the first one to come out is the Page of Wands again. Not with this deck, obviously, the first deck where I mentioned identity. We've got Death, the Death card. We've got the Nine of Swords. I wonder if someone's worried around cutting ties with an old aspect of their identity. Let's see what else comes out. Let's get one more for that. One or two more cards. I mean, the anxiety's there twice, isn't it, with the Nine of Swords? Right, we've got two more. Are they meant to be in reverse? Seven of Cups again. So yeah, they fell in reverse. And then the Magician in reverse. So it's possible here that someone fears losing their power. That's one message that's sort of coming up, with just intuitively, and with the Magician there too, because the Magician is someone, I'm wondering if the Magician would be considered masculine energy. Either way, it's someone who's very powerful. I suppose you could connect him to the divine masculine energy in terms of he takes action, doesn't he? He uses his tools, he uses his knowledge. Let me just grab the book again, because I'm sure I'm going to have to keep referring to it to remind myself of some of the things it said. in the reading. Okay, I'll just keep it at the side of me. Yeah, he's he's someone who's working on mastering his craft. However, it's a good job it's not another deck. It's the which is the deck? The Gilded Tarot is the deck where the magician, for me, that magician probably more than half the time gives me some horrible vibes. It's just tends to come up with other cards where he can be quite creepy and just look sinister in the other deck. This one not so much, but obviously the magician in its shadow energy as well would be sort of ego driven, can be a manipulator, can be a narcissist, a tricky, trickster type energy. Just bear with me. I would say for the most part, so far what we've got, and it's probably going to be one of those readings that doesn't come together till we've got everything out. There's an identity issue. I think there's something about the an identity issue here. There's definitely confusion. We've got the Seven of Cups twice, and there's definitely worry or anxiety with that Nine of Swords coming up twice. Let's get to clarifying the Five of Pentacles, which I said it's like comes up for me like as a fear of rejection or not wanting to be rejected. So for this we have, which one was first? I feel like it was the Queen of Swords in reverse first, the Two of Wands upright. Interesting. The Queen of Swords, obviously upright, we speak of her. She's someone who's outspoken, isn't she? Typically, and she's known to be someone who will share her story. She'll share all the trials and tribulations that she's been to, and then she welcomes in other people's stories as well. In reverse, because of what we've seen so far, it almost makes me think it's someone who doesn't wanna share their story. There is authenticity connected to the Queen and the King of Swords as well. Again, an possible issue of identity, possibly an issue of authenticity here as well. I'll say it because it's something that I'm feeling. There could be somebody having a bit of a gender identity crisis here. Whether it is literally in terms of someone wanting to looking into having an operation to change things, to change their gender, or whether it's more, like just internal, where you're contemplating what masculine and feminine means to you and how much you show of each one, and if there's an imbalance and if you need to show more of one or the other. Like say if you were someone in a, like simple examples, like being in a workplace. Say if you were a woman in a male work environment, and you're contemplating if you fit in there and if you feel like you need to change, or you could be a woman that's comes across as quite masculine in sort of attitude, behavior, etc., and there's an issue there. You feel a bit of conflict there, whether it's coming from other people or just within yourself. It could be a man who's going into who's contemplating in whatever situation it is, whether in the home or wherever, if he feels masculine enough, or if he's been criticized for being too masculine. It could be a number of things. You'll know if it resonates. You'll know what I'm talking about. It will make sense to you. But as I say, it looks like a bit of a, I don't want to say existential crisis. That could be a bit excessive, although for someone it might be relevant. But let's have a look. Let's see what else comes out. So we've got the Four of Swords in reverse. We have the King of Wands upright. Let's get one more for that. Oh, no, I was going to say that's too many. It's not, it's just two. I don't know why I feel like as well, somebody could be coming out. So I don't know if it's literally to do with like coming out of the closet about your sexuality, gender related stuff, things like that. There's some, I kind of got the feeling, the possibility of someone coming out. And even if it's not literally to do with like sexuality or gender, it can be, you know, like not a role reversal, but you could be coming out in a way where you're revealing something about yourself that would make the people around you, I don't like, surprise them or something, or you feel that they will look at you as your whatever you come out with, it's too masculine or it's too feminine, depending on who you are and what you're doing. Let me just get one for that Four of Swords. In terms of the coming out energies, or I mean, I wouldn't say it's happened, because obviously we've got that thing about not wanting to be rejected, and then with the Queen of Swords, looking like she's not saying anything, she's not even communicating. That sort of shows me that it's not happened yet, but it might be something that you're considering or that's been on your mind. We've got the Two of Wands here. That's a path. It's like choosing a path, isn't it? I think it's more these three cards, the Four of Swords being in reverse, because that's when you thought about something for a long time. The King of Wands being someone who's proactive, and puts himself out there, and the Ace of Swords, it's like a truth, it's a victory, it's a truth. Those three are the cards that are making me think maybe someone contemplating it's time to come out now, to reveal who you really are in terms of your identity, or how you feel about your identity and your authenticity. But I would say with Justice at the end, we've got both Libra cards actually at the either end. Is it going to be a fair outcome for you? Like if you reveal whatever it is you want to reveal, will you be treated fairly? Will you be viewed fairly? Those sort of things come to mind. Yep, so I wanted to get one for the Four of Swords. We've got the Hanged Man in reverse, so it's pretty similar energies. It's where you've thought about something for a very long time, and you sort of get into a point where it's like, is it time to come out now, if you haven't already? I'm not going to add anything to that because I don't want to confuse it even more, so I'll leave that and move on to the next card and put this one back in the deck. I mean, the Seven of Pentacles card, as I say, it's a card of, it can question if something is worth it, if it's worth if it's worth doing practically, putting the time, energy and effort into. And as I say, it can question something about worthiness as well. You may even just be at a point in your life in general where you're kind of questioning, who am I? Who is the real me? Or you might be doing things in your life and questioning, is this really me? Is this true to who I am? And part of that divine masculine energy can be about where, when that comes up, sometimes it's that, because we speak of masculine energy as being protective and standing up for things, don't we? It's not to say that feminine can't, but, you know, typically you connect the masculine as more of the protector and the action taker, and the feminine as the person who's more receptive. You know what I mean? So it might be that whatever's going on, if there is some sort of identity crisis or whatever it is, it's about bringing that divine masculine energy in to stand up for yourself and protect yourself. Let's look at the Seven of Pentacles. So we have the Knight of Swords, okay. So that to me, just the Seven of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords alone is sort of an energy of, you've either considered or are considering it's time to speak up now. Another card of communication, Eight of Wands. I mean, it is a chaotic, this particular Eight of Wands is very chaotic. So yes, it can reference communication, but is it something that has the potential to be very chaotic as well? If you reveal what you reveal, or just the conversation itself. Or are you even overwhelmed by the concept of speaking up on something? We have the Six of Swords. We have the Fool. I'll get one more. I might get one for the Six of Swords on its own. And we have the Hierophant in reverse. And I'm probably going to need one for the Hierophant in reverse as well. So the Fool is obviously, it's a card of taking a leap of faith. It can be like a risk as well. Looking at the Six of Swords, it just keeps making me think it's time to go. It's time to go. So in terms of if there's something you need to express and say, it's almost like there's that's sort of giving it, it's time to go energy. You know, it's time to do this. I mean, it's followed by the Fool as well. I know the Six of Swords is typically an energy of calmer waters, isn't it? However, it is a journey too. It is a journey, and I forgot this. I only remembered it like a couple of days ago. Actually, I have used it said it in other readings like ages ago, but I only just was reminded that, oh, it's a rite of passage as well. So there could be something about something being a rite of passage, or rites of passage, with the Six of Swords too. And when I'm looking at the Hierophant, the thought that came to my mind is it's time to graduate, but it didn't feel like literal graduation, like university or something. Just again, like in terms of a rite of passage, like graduating from something in life in general. Oh yeah, okay. Ace of Wands. So for the Six of Swords, we have the Ace of Wands and the Strength card. Time to go. The Ace of Wands is like that spark of inspiration. You've got fire energy. The Strength card next to it, that is courage, isn't it? I will get one more. Well, we've got two more. We have the King of Pentacles and we have the Empress. Both the King of Pentacles and the Empress can be connected to generosity. And I don't know why that feels relevant here. Does that make sense to anyone? Hopefully it does. But looking at them, that's the main thing that comes to mind, is generosity. There's also an energy with both the King of Pentacles and the Empress as well of... I can't think of a word that expresses the same thing for both of them. Obviously, the King of Pentacles is capable of building. Okay, something else is coming as well. He's capable of building, and the Empress is capable of creating. I can't think of a word that like means both building and creating. But as I say, if it's something about it's time to go, and you're trying to express what you feel is your true identity or authenticity, then that's something that you use to create your life, isn't it? Your new life, just life in general. The other thing that comes to mind as well, if it is about revealing something about yourself that you haven't shared before, or about your identity that you haven't shared before, I imagine that the King of Pentacles would be, and the Empress is what you would love to be, how you'd love to be received. Like the King of Pentacles is supportive. They're both supportive energies as well. King of Pentacles practically supportive, the Empress very nurturing. So it's almost like parental energies, but yeah, for the most part, it would just be you'd like to have support on whatever journey you're doing. You want to have someone, at least someone that's supportive of that. Let's look at that Hierophant. So we've got the Nine of Wands. We have the Temperance card. Oh, there's a song. I don't even literally know the title of the song. It might be what I'm thinking. There's a song where it speaks of, I can't fight this feeling anymore. I don't know if that's the actual title of the song, but it's been on adverts as well. But looking at that Nine of Wands, as I've kept on looking at it, it's making me think of not necessarily can't fight that feeling anymore, although it could be for someone, but more like you can't fight this anymore, or you can't fight against it. So again, the identity, etc. It's like you can't hide behind a mask anymore. You've got to. It's time to come out and be who you really are, because that is what is going to give you the peace that you want, that you desire. That, to me, that would be a form of like graduation. It's where you've learned who you are. You've developed internally. You've developed. You've learned. You've contemplated. You've figured out who you are and what you want. And the graduation is that you now express that, and that's what gives you the peace with Temperance. Okay, I'm going to move on because I know I'm taking quite a bit of time, which is, it's okay, I don't mind. Oh yeah, the Seven of Pentacles can be about timing as well, about things happening when they're ready, when things are ripe. You know, that's another thing that came to me recently that I forgot about, one of the meanings of the Seven of Pentacles. It's not one that comes up for me that often, but yeah, I was sort of reminded of that. Let's get something for that Six of Cups. Let me just take one brief look at this again. You could be setting yourself free from something as well, not just setting yourself free in terms of revealing something about yourself, but from a situation. Again, when we speak of that divine masculine energy, I already said about standing up for something. It might be that you need to free yourself from something by embracing that masculine side of standing up for yourself and protecting yourself. Right, Six of Cups. Why is that there, please? So the Moon has come out. Okay. You keep getting cards where something's either hidden or not being said, and it's kind of encouraging that to come out. So I hope you know what that means. We've got the World. I mean, the Moon is about secrets as well, so revealing what's hidden. This may be something that you've held on to for a very long time with that Six of Cups. Or it's either you've held on to it for a long time, or it's taken you a long time to figure it out, to understand it, or to realize it. But as I say, with the Moon there, it's like revealing secrets or revealing what was hidden. And then it starts off a new cycle, a new chapter. And that World card feels like, in fact, the World in general feels like a freedom type energy for me as well. We have the Sun again. Yeah, okay. Five of Wands and the Three of Wands. So with the Sun, it is bringing to mind the concept of seeing the light. Sorry, I just had a ringing in my ears then. Seeing the light. I already referenced it. I just said, you know, sometimes it's it could be something. I mean, the Six of Cups could be something that you've thought about for a long time, or it's taken you a long time to realize something. So it could be that you've got the Moon and the Sun together. Things, whatever's in the dark, whatever's in the shadows, has to come to light eventually, doesn't it? Let's get something for that Five of Wands. I mean, the Five of Wands is a card of challenges. This one is quite argumentative, very argumentative Five of Wands. You've got the Ace of Cups here. You have the Four of Cups there. Yeah, I get that. King of Swords, the Devil. This is the challenge, whatever the challenge is for you here. Whether it's that you speak out and you're going to get challenged for speaking out, or whether it's the internal challenge for yourself. I think it's sort of encouragement that don't let the challenge put you off or get you down. You still have to stand strong in yourself in what you believe, what you know, your own sense of wisdom, who you are, your identity, your authenticity. You have to, the King of Swords is back as well, maintain that strong energy of standing up for yourself, protecting yourself, etc., regardless of what happens. 3 of Wands. Let's get something for that. Temperance. 7 of Wands. Okay, I think, yeah, I know what this means. The Star, yeah. Focus on your intentions. Whatever happens, focus on your intentions, because that is what keeps you, will help to keep you balanced, and to, I was going to say to help stand up for yourself. I guess that is right with the 7 of Wands there, but yeah, it'll help you to maintain your balance and have the strength to stand up for yourself. Because I think in life, if you're facing challenges and issues, if you haven't got something to focus on, or something to take your mind off, or something to that you're working on, you know, whether it is creative or you've just got able to have fun or whatever, if you don't have anything else to focus on, it drags you down. The challenges drag you down. If you know you've got something else to focus on that you can put your energy and intentions and love into, that kind of helps to keep you balanced, and it gives you the strength. It maintains your spark. When all you're dealing with is bullshit and challenges and opposition 24/7, it dims your light, and then you just lose the energy and the momentum to keep going. So I'm going to get you final card of advice. What else do we need to know for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising? Final bit of advice. That was a very dramatic flyer. Just bear with me, it's gone halfway across the room. You have Whale Spirit, trust the great mystery. See what's on the bottom of the deck. I'd be honest, this reading feels slightly like a mystery, so take from that what you will. And you also have on the bottom, Sandpaper Spirit, be playful. And I think that's part of that focus on your intentions energy. Part of that would be being able to be playful and have some kind of can't even speak now, lightheartedness, whatever challenges you're going through. And it's just whatever feels enjoyable to you, because sometimes your intentions, it's just things that you find enjoyable, isn't it? Whether it is literally creating something artistic, or you're working towards a certain career path. If you enjoy it, it feels like, it should in theory feel like play, because it's enjoyable. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I don't think there's anything else I can add. With that, trust the great mystery as well. I don't think we've had the 8 of Swords come up here. But I don't know, I get the feeling that whatever's going on with all the confusion and the anxiety and worry, I almost get the feeling that someone could be questioning, well, first of all, not quite understanding what's going on, or not getting it. You know, you feel like sometimes you don't even get yourself, you don't even understand yourself. But there might also be this sort of question of, why me? Why is this happening to me? You know, sometimes it's like when you feel like you don't fit in the world. I've been through that quite a lot, where you just don't fit in, you don't belong anywhere. And you sort of constantly questioning it and thinking, why me? I don't get it. When what really needs to happen is that you kind of just need to accept it and just live it and express it. But anyway, I'm going to leave that there for you. I hope there was something in there that made sense for you and that you can use. Thank you as always for supporting the channel. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week and the rest of August. So take care. Hi Virgo, welcome to your reading for August 2024. Thank you as always for supporting the channel. In front of us we've got the oracle decks I'll use for today's reading. We're going to start off with a message from goddesses, gods and guardians. And it is your birthday month soon, isn't it? I mean, we're in Leo season as I record this, but I know that nearer the end of August, we'll be starting Virgo season, and I do have a few Virgo friends, and for some reason I think if I had to make a list of every person I've ever known in life, a lot of them are Virgos. And I've got a lot of good things to say about you as well. But anyway, let's get on with it. So yeah, messages from the Goddesses, Gods and Guardians deck first of all. What do we need to know for Virgo's Sun, Moon and Rising? Okay, you have Share Your Gift, Ra. And you also have Artemis, Brave Spirit. So are you living up to your fullest potential in terms of your gifts? Are you showing and giving the most of whatever gifts you have that you can? We will put them, let's put them here. Have you explored your gifts enough and are kind of making the most of them, or do you need to have more courage in discovering them, working with them, developing them, expressing them? Yeah. I'm just trying to see who else has had this. So I'm sure somebody else had Artemis, but I could be imagining it. Okay, I'm imagining it. Anyway, let's get on with it. So let's get the tarot cards, and then I'll just kind of look at the summary messages for these cards in the book. So first of all, we have Six of Wands. So that is an indicator of needing to be seen, you know, kind of a putting yourself out there type of energy. What else do we need to know? Yours are flying out really easily. Right, so we have the Hanged Man. Is it? Okay, it's kind of landed on me in a really weird way. I'm going to take it up right. The Hanged Man can be very much connected to spiritual development, but it can also be connected to like a connection spiritually in general. So like someone that receives psychic messages. I believe it's a Pisces card. So this has come up more than once this month about gifts, about spiritual gifts. So it's come up for Leo and it's come up for Pisces as well. Maybe for Sagittarius as well, actually. So it's come up quite a few times, actually, in different ways, about people exploring their gifts more, sharing their gifts more, the worries that they may have around it. Let's see what else comes up for you. Right, you've got two more. So we have the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, okay. No, we've got four more, actually. Seven of Pentacles. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. I like this. This is interesting. And we have the World. This looks like an opportunity coming up in August to... I feel like saying take your gifts to another level, or expand your gifts, or share them. But that another level with that World card is coming in. And it doesn't have to be spiritual gifts necessarily. It could be anything. Whatever you are talented in, whatever abilities you have, whether it is something completely different. It could be to do with anything. You could be an artist, you could be a musician, you could be a scientist, you could be a lawyer, whatever, anything that you feel gifted in. And it doesn't have to be all about career either. It can be anything in your personal life too. Whatever you seem to have a talent for, or whatever gift you feel you have. Yeah, it looks like there's an opportunity to expand that. It could be even something as simple as just in your everyday, day-to-day life. You just seem to be a really good mediator and negotiator. Like in your family, you're always the one that gets people to calm down and speak calmly to each other and get things off their chest and work issues out. You know, it could be something like that. But as I say, Ace of Pentacles, the World, it looks like an opportunity, opportunity to expand on that. And I'd say with the Six of Wands, as much as it is about putting yourself out there and being seen, there's the potential to be very successful with it as well. So as I look at that Seven of Wands, and the Hanged Man, as much as it is about spiritual development and spiritual messages, it is about perspectives and contemplating things. And it's next to the Seven of Pentacles, which can be a card asking, is it worth it? Is it worth putting in the effort? You know, maybe there's an opportunity for you to study something relating to whatever your gift or talent is, and you're sort of deciding if it's worth it. Maybe you've already started it and you're deciding if it's worth it. But as I say, whatever happens, it's like there's an opportunity here to expand on it or go into a new cycle with it. Right, so I want to get the clarifiers off. I want to look in the book first and then I'll get the clarifiers out. So Ra, let's look at Ra first and see if there's anything, any little additional bits of information that will help. So it says the perfect time is now. Say yes and show up. That is that Six of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. This is coming up a lot with this Seven of Pentacles. I've kind of been reminded this batch of readings that the Seven of Pentacles can be to do with timing as well. I knew it from years ago, but you know, you just forget bits and pieces, and that came back to mind as well. So it could be about now being the time. So additional meanings for the card: launch a new business or project. So yeah. Stop taking innumerable courses, training or workshops. Put your learning to use. So you could already be ready, and it's just about having the courage. You might already have all of the knowledge and information you know, and it's just about having the courage to just go for it, put it out there. But you may be questioning and thinking, oh, but I don't know if I know enough. I'm not sure. Is it the right time? Anyway, so we've also got help others through volunteering, charity work or community initiatives. That could be your gift. That is you, that you're just very good at that kind of stuff. And it also says use your Atlantean spiritual gifts of crystal healing and psychic arts. The invocation says, I will stop waiting and offer my light. So very much that sense of it's time. Let's look at Artemis quickly. So Artemis, brave spirit, set out on your own path. The wilderness is calling. I'm surprised that the Judgment card isn't here, because for me that is often a card of answering a calling, or there's a calling to you. So additional meanings for Artemis are: be proactive in women's rights and or initiatives that protect women from harm and injustice. Take a vision quest or nature retreat. Engage in outdoor pursuits such as hiking, horse riding or wild swimming. And it also says being more independent will benefit you now. The invocation says, my spirit is free, I am my own authority. So let's get into the clarifiers. So for the Six of Wands, so far we've got the Emperor, which I'm not surprised he's there in reverse, because it is like an energy of you haven't quite taken the step yet to put yourself in, to take up the opportunity or put yourself in the position where you're living up to that fullest potential with something. Seven of Pentacles is back. Is it worth it? You have the Hierophant. Again, that for me so far, it's that, I mean, it could be that you need to, as I said, there could be a thing where you need to develop more, but it may already, and that's what the opportunity is, or that you've already learned enough and it's time for you to now be the kind of almost the teacher for some. Anything else? Five of Wands, and I will get one more after that. I think I know what that means actually. Queen of Swords. So the Five of Wands there, that just feels very much like it feels like it's going to be a challenge, which, to be frank, a lot of things in life are a challenge. But I feel that you could have great success with this from what's been said in this reading. You've got the Queen of Swords last, and for me that is just that's just the sharing part. That's how you express, you share, whatever the gift is. That's what the Queen of Swords represents, is sharing it or expressing it. Let's look at that Hanged Man for you. So we've got the Five of Swords, the Empress. The card again, Ace of Swords, is about expressing it. You've got enough. It kind of feels like you've got enough, whether it's that you've got enough to just do it straight up as a leader, because Six of Wands is a leadership energy as well, along with the Emperor. and the Hierophant, or you've got enough to get started, as in like if you've got to study more or whatever or develop more, you've got enough to work with now to go forward. That Five of Swords, one of the meanings of the Five of Swords is self-sabotage, and I would say that's probably a warning not to hold yourself back. Don't sabotage yourself, don't hold yourself back. We've got a couple more. We have the High Priestess, the Eight of Cups. Let me get one for the Eight of Cups, although I think here it just means go for it. Don't sell yourself short. Go for it. Especially if you felt like something's missing in life as well. It's sort of a sign that if you feel like something's missing, it's because there's something more out there for you. Yeah, let's get one for the Eight of Cups. I mean, I would say the High Priestess is... Bear with me one second. Get another one for the Eight of Cups. I'll get back to the High Priestess in a minute. Oh, that's too many. I can't take that. Yeah, that's far too many. 4 cards came out. I only want like 1, so try that again. Still got lots of cards. We've got 3 now. Right, we've got the King of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands here is... there's obviously with the Eight of Cups, it is sort of telling you not, for me, it's telling you not to sell yourself short and to go for it. I would say that Nine of Wands is not wanting to be overwhelmed. You know, like, as I said, it's querying, is it worth it? Am I ready? Is it going to be too much for me? It's that. But again, you've got that King of Swords energy. You're ready. You've got enough. You know enough to get started on this, to take this opportunity up. But as I say, it's like you're probably contemplating what you're going to have to do and if you're going to be able to maintain the balance with it and get on with it. That's coming up here. High Priestess, I will get maybe a couple for that. That can be the gift for some, especially if it's connected to like a spiritual gift. It is also... Which reading was it about that came up big time about intuition, strengthening your intuition? It was Leo, strengthening your intuitive ability. So for them, there was the element of spiritual gifts in it, but it was also trusting your intuition as well, rather than thinking that your intuition is going to lead you astray. So I think there's an element of that here as well, about trusting that you know, well, trusting that you know enough and trusting that you can make the right decision too. Let's get one more for the High Priestess. Okay, yeah. 4 of Wands can be a card of when you've achieved something and you celebrate that achievement. So again, as I say, you know enough. I think you know enough already to get on with it or get started on it. Let's take these away. I've taken an extra card there, haven't I? That one. Let's put that one back down. And let's move on to that Seven of Pentacles, which I said was... It was... as I say, like a questioning of if it's worth it for the most part. So that flew out quickly. We have the Page of Pentacles, the Lovers. I just feel like saying it's worth it. To be frank, it is worth it. Anything else? We have the Nine of Swords, which is a bit of anxiety around it. The Two of Wands would be making the choice, and then the Six of Swords would be just going for it. That Four of Swords, it almost makes me feel like, what are you waiting for? Because for me, that's like the delay of knowing that there's the potential to do this, but it's just kind of, I don't want to say waiting around unnecessarily, but it's like you could do this now. You don't have to wait any longer. I can see this anxiety there, so that would be a reason why you sort of still mulling it over. You've got the choice there with the Two of Wands, but it kind of is very much encouragement to go for it. You've got the Page of Pentacles there. It's where you're at the starting point with it. You're ready to plant a new seed. the Lovers is there, which indicates that this is a choice that you would love, an opportunity or a choice that you would love to take up, that a choice that you'd love to make. But as I say, because you've got a bit of the worries there, that's kind of paused it a little bit, or just slowly deciding what you're going to do about it, if you're going to do it or not. Let's look at the Ace of Pentacles, see if it will give us anything specific about the opportunity itself. We've got the Devil, which to me is going to be the fears. I feel like asking someone if they're scared of success, or they're scared of being seen, scared of putting themselves out there. And I've suddenly got a massive headache. I don't know if someone almost gets like stage fright or something similar to stage fright. Or someone may actually have quite severe anxiety issues, and that kind of holds them back a little bit with sharing their gift. Or maybe even someone kind of gets embarrassed with attention as well. Anything else? We've got the Three of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Cups and the Moon. I'm just going to get something for the Moon. I mean, all of the cards in the middle are very positive cards. You've got success with the Six of Wands. You've got a very, I can't think of it. I know it's cooperation. There was something else I wanted to add to that, but it's a very cooperative energy. So if you had to work with other people on this, it's going to be a good team, or you're going to work well together. You've got the Ten of Pentacles, which is it's something that's long term, it's stable, it's satisfying. There's other people involved as well. There's a legacy involved here as well. You've got the Knight of Cups, which is the dream, isn't it, really? You've got so many positive cards in the middle, and then on each end there's a doubt. So it looks like it would be a really good opportunity. Something stable, successful, long term. It fulfills your dreams as well. You work with great people, but you've got doubts and fears. I mean, the Moon can be fears as well. I will get just one for that, but the Devil and the Moon both are connected to energies of fear. Again, we've got the Queen of Wands, and the World is almost like, I feel like saying, are you scared of success? Are you scared of leveling up? And based on the Virgos that I know, and I said for some reason I just know a lot of Virgos, or I've known a lot of Virgos, it doesn't even feel like a Virgo energy, because thinking of I'm not saying it's not possible, but thinking of the Virgos that I know, I imagine that they would jump at the chance if there's something that they love and they want to do, and there's an opportunity to do it, and they know they have the talent. From what I know of them, unless they're hiding something from me and I don't know this aspect of them, they would just go for it and jump at the chance. So feel free to leave a comment if you understand, if there's a reason here, or if you want to express that you do have a fear of pursuing a certain path or something, because this is interesting to see this. As I say, I'm not used to this based on the Virgos that I know, and obviously everybody's birth chart is different and everything plays a role in it. But yeah, I don't know. If you're putting something off, why? Basically. But as I say, it keeps on coming up, this fear of success, or it may not be fear, it may be something else, but a concern or worry around success is here. Maybe it's, will it be successful is the question. And that's the worry, that, because, okay, Virgo's a perfectionist energy, isn't it? Not wanting to fail. Okay, I get that now. Actually, I 100% get that. Right, anyway, if it's something really big, I could understand you wouldn't want to fail, would you? Let's move on, because I have talked a lot about that. But as I say, it looks like a really positive opportunity. And it's something where there's the potential for you to really be celebrated and valued and seen, and you've got the world there twice. It's something that could take you worldwide, or you'd be known worldwide for it. So it feels big for some, at least. Let's look at the World card. What else do we need to know with that world card? Ooh, God, they just flew everywhere then. Right, the tower kind of wanted to come out, but I'm not going to take it because the cards have just gone, okay, they're just falling everywhere now. The Ace of Wands has fallen on the floor upright as well. And the Page of Swords. But I'm going to put them all back in because everything just chaotically went all over the place. Just bear with me, I should have paused the video to pick these back up. Okay, I've got them. Right, try that again. The World. That may be a sign of anxiety, actually, the cards flying all out like that and just chaotically going everywhere. Right, the World. We have the 10 of Swords. 7 of Wands. Three of Cups. The 9 of Pentacles. And the Death card. Okay, yeah. Again, with the 10 of Swords and the 7 of Wands, there's a little bit of the energy of not wanting to, not necessarily wanting to fail. That's what comes to mind with that. It still feels like a good opportunity, though. You've got the 3 of Cups. I just heard in my own mind, I don't want to put myself through this again. So I don't know if somebody's tried to be successful with their talents or gifts before, or with the same thing, and it went wrong before, because you've got the 10 of Swords there, you've got the 7 of Wands there, you know, where it went wrong or it wasn't received very well. And that could be part of holding back a bit, is like, oh, I've done this before, I don't want to put myself through this again because it went wrong last time. I'm starting to feel anxious, actually. So yeah, that's a strong possibility as well. But I would say with the 3 of Cups there, it's something that you would be very supported with, or feel like it's something very supportive of you, whether it is literal people around you that are supporting you, or whether it's what you actually do supports who you are and what you want in life. There's also a need to make sure that you get the right support in it as well with the 3 of Cups. And with the 9 of Pentacles, the first thing that came up when the 9 of Pentacles came out was, it was like me hearing someone say, but I'm good where I am now. Like I'm successful enough, or I've achieved enough. You know what I mean? Where it's like you have the opportunity to level up, but you've already done really well, and you kind of want to stay in a comfort zone. And with the Death card being next to it, it's kind of a like encouragement. It's okay to step out of the comfort zone. You've achieved well things that are good for you, and you've done well, but you can step out of the comfort zone and go and sort of level up even more, to be honest. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave that there. I feel tempted to get something for the Death card now. It's calling out to me, so we'll do that. Oh my god, it's just pretty much, 100% just what I said. Right, you've got the 4 of Wands, the Magician. 4 of Wands, I feel like I've already had it in this reading with the same thing now, or it could have been the last reading I did, which was Taurus. 4 of Wands is a card of celebration. It is a card of foundations, but it's often where you've achieved something. I mean, the World is a card of achievement as well, where you've achieved something and it's time for a new cycle, isn't it? You've graduated. Have I used it in this, or was it the previous reading? See, there's a few similarities now, but it's like you've done well now, so it's time to move on. You've got the Magician. The Magician is a number 1. I know that in the tarot, like the Fool is the first. It's like the first card, isn't it? Because it's 0. But the Magician is the 1. It's like you've gained what you need to gain. You've learned what you need to learn. It's time to use to master something else, or to master something in a higher way. You know, you can step out of the comfort zone. I can't really say much more than that. I'm just repeating myself now. Another level of mastery. There's another level of mastery for you to reach now. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to get you final advice from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Just put those there because no point tidying them up now. I'd be interested to hear what this is for you, Virgo. If you want to share in the comments, feel free. I'd love to hear people's stories and what's going on. Right, I've just shuffled the deck and I am gonna like get some cards out properly, but on the bottom you've got Let It Shine. Peacock Spirit, let it shine. And a big part of this is about being seen and putting yourself out there. Right, anyway, that was quick. That was quick. Right, we have Snake Spirit, Time to Heal. So when I heard that message about I don't want to put myself through this again, for anyone that's relevant to, it's to bear that in mind. And this whole process of putting yourself back out there again, that can help you to heal. I know we think that healing is purely about taking a step back and like going into hermit mode and Four of Swords mode and keeping to ourselves, but it's not always like that, is it? Sometimes part of the healing is getting back on the horse and putting yourself out there and you know, yeah, what else can I say about that? Do I want to get you, let's get you one more. Anything else? So yeah, there's that aspect of it for anyone who sort of has reasons why they are holding back. Also, part of the gift could be that you are able to help others to heal as well. And it's a 55 card, it's a 10. So it's time to wrap up anything that's holding you back, if that's what it means for you. But as I say, it could be that that's your gift as well, as helping others to heal. So yeah, 5 and 5 is 10. Oh my God, your cards are so chaotic. Try that again. I think the deck is all mixed up now. Right, one more card for Virgo, please. Love it. You have Scarab Beetle Spirit, Magic Works Through You, and Ra, Egyptian god. Scarab Beetle Spirit, to do with Egypt, isn't it? And funnily enough, I am going to an event tonight that is connected to Egypt. So that's really interesting. And one of my favourite movies of all time, I know it's really corny, The Mummy, the Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz, The Mummy, that's my favourite film. I'm all right with the second one. I'm not really too enamoured with the third one. But yeah, the first one, I absolutely love it. I've still got the DVD and I might watch that. Actually, I haven't watched it in a while. But anyway, Magic Works Through You. You got the magician energy there. There's more for you to achieve. There's more for you to do. There's further levels for you. So I'll leave that with you, Virgo. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for supporting the channel. I hope you have a fantastic week and a wonderful month. Take care. Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading for August 2024. In front of us we have the Oracle decks from Oracle books from the Oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. We're going to begin with a message from goddesses, gods and guardians first of all. So let's get that out for you. So I hope that you're well. I hope that you're enjoying the summer so far. It's been a bit of a heat wave where I am in the UK, and last night we had a really weird storm. It was meant to be a storm, but the only thing I can remember about it is, and I'm a reasonably light sleeper most of the time, I remember hearing a really loud bang around or just before 6 a.m. and that was it. And then there was just some heavy rain, and that was the storm, because it was predicted to be lots of thunder and lightning. So that was just, that bang was so weird. I actually thought it was a car accident or something, because I live right by a dual carriageway. So I thought it was an accident, and then when I heard the rain, it was like, oh no, it's thunder. But yeah, that was really really odd. But anyway, let's get your message out. So if I haven't already said it, thank you for supporting the channel. What do we need to know for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising for August 2024? You've got two cards. You have, ooh, interesting. Let me remember how to pronounce this. Amaterasu, No More Hiding. I think this is one of my favourite cards in the deck, like just the meaning and everything I quite like. And you also have Butterfly Maiden, Beautiful Change. So you could very well be transforming, and it's sort of a time of revealing that. And you know what I feel like? Is this a theme for the earth signs? Taurus had a similar reading, so I don't know if you have Taurus in significantly in your birth chart. Virgo had a theme of leveling up. So I don't know if you've got a lot of earth as alongside Capricorn in your chart as well. Let's move those over here. I'm gonna get the tarot cards out, and then I will just have a little look in the book at like the summary of the message. So tarot cards out. What do we need to know for Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising, August 2024? I'm kind of getting, because the Amaterasu, she's in a cave, or she's supposed to come out of a cave. And obviously with butterflies, they're in a cocoon, so it's kind of like coming out of the cocoon. Right, so Capricorn, what do we need to know for you? Oh, wow. Wow, we have 9 of Wands. That would be the no more hiding. Like you can see this person here is looking very cautious. They're looking a bit suspicious. The wand is in front of them, almost like they're trying to protect themselves. And I believe, and this is the second time I've mentioned this in this batch of readings, actually, not this exact thing, but about this deck, the vice versa deck. It's not one I've used many times in the video readings, only because the way I use the deck is flyers. I like flyers with the deck when I'm doing the readings, and it gets really complicated and confusing with that vice versa deck doing flyers, so I just don't use it that often. But I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, the 9 of Wands in that is literally a man. I think he's been invited into a cave, actually. But that just came to mind with the whole concept of the cave and the 9 of Wands. But yeah, it's like time to come out of the cave, time to come out of the cocoon. Are you feeling a bit reluctant with that? We've got you, the devil, on the bottom of the deck, and that can be fears and restriction sometimes. So let's see. Interesting, Capricorn. We've got the devil, which is Capricorn. The Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is change, isn't it? So, wow. Let's see what else comes up. So we've got the 10 of Pentacles. Kind of getting a is it safe to come out vibe with that, because the 10 of Pentacles is connected to security, isn't it? Try again. We've got the Death card. That would be the transformation with the Butterfly Maiden. And let's get one more. Okay. Oh, there could be something about leaving or coming out of a comfort zone. Why have I got that Death card here from the other deck? Okay, I'm going to take that out. I will bear that in mind, that the Death card is there. I've just realised, because I shuffled the decks and I didn't realise this is from the Everyday Witch deck. Okay. I almost feel like I should keep it, but it's a bit weird now, isn't it? I feel like it needs to be kept, because there must be some reason why it was accidentally in this deck, even though the decks don't look similar at all. Yeah, the decks aren't similar at all. I think what I will need to do is, do I need to take the Death card out of this one to, no, I'll leave it. Everything happens for a reason. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, the decks look nothing alike, so I don't know how that's happened. Anyway. So I was saying you might be coming out of a comfort zone with the Death card being there. And what else flipped? We have you back again, the devil. And I feel like something else flipped. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles. You might be needing to put in some work to free yourself from something that might be part of the transformation. And as freeing yourself from something, it can be something internally, like, you know, we speak of thought patterns or ways of doing things. It could be something practical. You've got the 8 of Pentacles, because that can be practical as well. But let's see what comes up, what else comes up for you. So 9 of Wands. I'll quickly look in the book first of all, actually. So Amaterasu. It says, come out of the cave, shine brightly. And I have pronounced it correctly. I think I've had it enough times now that I pronounce it correctly. It speaks of introspection, that you've been introspective, which makes sense. But the additional meanings, it's just basically saying she's been in the cave, she's hidden who she is, her light, her energy, etc., and it's time to come out now. Don't know why she's hidden herself, but it's time to come out. There's fears around about coming out as well, and there's issues with trust too. The additional meanings: share your feelings openly with someone. You'll soon gain wider or public recognition for your work, and also don't censor yourself to win others' approval. The invocation says, I reveal what's in my heart and it's received with love. And then the butterfly maiden card. So beautiful change. Keep your thoughts positive. Rejuvenation is in the air. The one thing that I can see this mentions is about being stuck in persistent negative thoughts. So in terms of transformation, I mean, the butterfly energy, it's a positive, uplifting energy. But it's advising to come out of negative thoughts, and then it also speaks of metamorphosis as well. There might be something here, this is just intuitive, not from the book or anything, about someone needing to change their environment, whether it's their work environment. You might be seeking a new work environment or a new job, and maybe there's a bit of reluctance there, but there's something specifically about environment that's coming up. Okay. Right, additional meanings. Your positive efforts will pay off very soon. Say yes to this opportunity or invitation. Appreciate the beauty that surrounds you daily. And the invocation says, change is good for me. I expect the best. So if you're not having to literally find a new environment, it might be changing the environment that you're already in, if possible, whether it is physically, through decor or whatever, and that is mentioned in the book here, or clearing out clutter, that sort of stuff. Yeah. There might be something here as well for someone in terms of their appearance. If you felt like you're kind of not really expressing yourself the way you want to physically, you might be wanting to change your physical appearance. So whether it's new hairstyle, hair color, a whole new wardrobe, I'm on board with that. I've kind of said if all my clothes disappeared, well, majority of them, not every single item, I wouldn't be mad if I had the money to sort of get a new wardrobe because when you have friends or family that are constantly having a clear out, and you just take what, you just are gifted with whatever they've decided to get rid of because you're too lazy, like I am, to go out and buy a lot of stuff. Yeah, I think it would be it's an opportunity, isn't it, where you should sort of take it up to go and get something that actually expresses who you are, rather than just taking stuff all the time. Nothing wrong with that, but when you get to a point where you're like, I know I'm not even wearing something that represents me, then you might want to put a bit more effort into it, to express your individuality. But anyway, let's get into the clarifiers with this. So let's look at that Nine of Wands first of all. There might be something here, because you've got the no more hiding and butterfly. It might be about being more of a social butterfly. So kind of socializing a bit more in August. That's another thing that comes up. Because you don't know who's going to see you and the opportunities that can arise from that. So yeah, it can be worth it. Right, Nine of Wands. We have the Five of Wands, which doesn't surprise me with the Nine of Wands. The word gossip is coming to mind straight away. And that may be just a little message in itself, that someone may be kind of, I almost feel like saying in hiding actually, but kind of keeping to themselves, or they have kept to themselves because of gossip or fears of gossip, even being gossiped about. And then you've got the Seven of Wands, which is a really defensive kind of energy. I mean, the Nine of Wands for me, depending on what deck and whatever else is going on, is a defensive energy as well. So you may very well have experienced gossip, being gossiped about, or having to be defensive in general, or if you haven't literally experienced it, it's a fear. And whether that is in your personal life, in your work life, wherever, you might fear being judged as well, or feel judged. We have the Eight of Cups, we have the Seven of Swords, and what else? We have the Three of Cups. So it's a time now with the Eight of Cups. You may have already walked away from an environment or people who you feel you have to be defensive with, or who gossip about you, possibly, or who judge you. You may have already walked away from that, but if not, if it's not that with the Eight of Cups, it's more so it's either time to walk away from that if you haven't already, or it's time to leave the time to walk away from the defensiveness now. Like if you have been hiding away and whatever, it's time to leave that behind now, because when you isolate too much, yeah, sometimes we need the time to ourselves. I mean, I'm more of an introvert than an well, definitely more of an introvert than an extrovert, and sometimes I just want to be left the hell alone, to be frank. But I'm not always like that. I do enjoy socializing too. Like I really value my my social experiences as well. But you know, sometimes when you feeling down or whatever's going on with you and you want to keep to yourself, you get to a point where you've gone too far and you've stayed to yourself so much that you literally don't even feel like you want to put yourself back out there anymore. You get stuck in a comfort zone of being by yourself, and the Eight of Cups could also be another interpretation. Is that right? It's time to stop that now, because you've gotten to a point where you've isolated yourself so much that it's almost like you're missing out, or you're starting to feel like something's missing in life. So it's time to move on from that. The Seven of Swords for me, next to that Three of Cups, it would be potentially trust issues, to be honest. I mean, it can be the feeling of it being risky putting yourself back out there. There's that side, but it could also be thinking, can I even trust if I start engaging in certain environments or with certain people, or with people in general? Because to be frank, if you've had drama with certain people previously, you're probably not as likely to go back to that same group, are you? But you might even be thinking with new people, do I even want to go there? Because it's just, yeah, I don't want to deal with that shit. Let's look at that Ten of Pentacles for you. That's quite a few that have come out, and I'm not sure what was first. I feel like it's meant to be that one there. Five of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, the Tower. What else? We have the Two of Wands and the Five of Swords. That Five of Pentacles is quite lonely. I know there's two people in the card, but it is a bit of a lonely card. Let me just get something for the Tower. We have the Moon. We have the Moon, Temperance, and Justice. I feel like that's more of a projection at this point. Moving forward, I think it's a bit of a projection. Obviously, I've picked up that something has gone on previously where you've had issues in an environment or with people. But here, it feels like more of a projection, like where it's like, you know, when you want to protect your peace, it's that kind of energy. That's what that Tower with all of those cards feels like. You just kind of want to protect your peace. I'm kind of getting the feeling of, you know, when the people have that saying of something about cutting off your nose to spite your face again, by sort of keeping to yourself, like as I say, it's time alone is fine, but excessively, it's then I might as well say sabotage, because the Five of Swords is there and it can be a self-sabotage energy. It's kind of like sabotaging yourself, because you're depriving yourself of interactions that could be great with other people. Opportunities could come from the socializing as well. So in that way, it's a little bit like cutting off your nose to spite your face, like saying, oh, I just can't be asked to deal with anyone because of whatever's gone on. And yeah, is that the best? Is that in your best interest? As I say, the Five of Pentacles is kind of lonely, but with the Wheel of Fortune being there, is it here as well? Or am I imagining that? Okay, I think it came up somewhere else. It's that encouragement that it's time for change now. It's time for change. You have the choice. You have the choice to put yourself back out there and explore. Yes, you could potentially come across drama again. You know, there's no guarantee that you won't. It's life. There's people out there and situation and environments where there's drama, but you can't sort of stay in the comfort zone forever. And obviously the Ten of Pentacles is about security as well, which I've already said, security and like long-term commitments and things like that. Obviously that's what we want. We want security, we want stability, we want to feel safe, but we deserve to have the chance to put ourselves out there in the world and experience and still have that, as well as putting ourselves out there. We shouldn't have to keep to ourselves and hide away to have that sense of security. The word rejection keeps coming up with that Five of Pentacles, and it's funny because in your last reading, I believe the last reading I did for you, it was about rejection, but it was about you rejecting something. But worrying, feeling alone potentially as one element of it, and unsupported, but also fearing rejection too, or being worried about rejection as well. Whether it is in your personal life, work life, whatever it is. Let's move on from that and continue and see where this takes us. And looking at that Devil now, it's almost a fear of putting in the effort, possibly. So we've got the Death card, which I said it looks like it's the change, needing to change and come out of the comfort zone. And yeah, let's see, Death. What do we get for that? Nine of Swords, worry, which I've already picked up on, like worries, fears. Can be fear of change. We have the Sun, which is in reverse. I'm getting the kind of phrase in my head, something about it won't go well or it won't go down well. There's something else that wants to come in and I can't. I think for the most part it's just it won't go down well or it won't go well. Yeah, it won't come in properly. That's the most I can get. So we've got the Seven of Cups. What else? We have the Knight of Wands in reverse, the Judgment card, and we have the Chariot as well. So the Seven of Cups and the Knight of Wands is the reluctance. Well, the Seven of Cups, it's kind of like awareness that there are options and opportunities out there for you. But the Knight of Wands in reverse, it's usually a card of fearlessness. In reverse, for me, it's reluctance. I bypassed that Sun card, didn't I? I just kept on saying with the Sun card, I kind of got it won't go well. So it's almost like with the Sun in reverse, it's sort of a feeling, well, what else can I say? It just won't go well. Like putting yourself out there, the change, the sort of worry that it won't go well. It won't work out. So where was I? Judgment card. And this, I was just thinking, another thought came in. So this, mostly so far, I've been talking about sort of social groups. I've mentioned work, people in general. This can be for any relationship, whether it is friends, family, romantic partners as well. This sort of fear of coming out, of putting yourself out there. Yeah, so the Judgment card, is the opportunity to put yourself back out there. You've got the Chariot there. Again, all I can say is it's like the opportunity, but with the Chariot is you're the charioteer, aren't you? You're the one who gets to decide which path you take, what you choose to do. Are you willing to take the reins and go ahead and put yourself out there? Let's get something for that Chariot, something extra. So we've got now the Knight of Cups, the Hermit, and the Ace of Cups. And for me, that shows the uncertainty. You've got the Knight of Cups, where the Knight of Cups is kind of the dreamer, where they would, because they're kind of, I don't want to say a fantasist here, but they're kind of someone that they know what they want in their heart, they know what their dreams are, and they're willing to kind of go off on that, go towards that without really worrying too much about consequences. They're just like, I know what my heart wants and I'm just willing to go for it no matter what, and see what happens along the way. But then you've got the Hermit, who can be a bit of an overthinker. They're isolated, they're on their own. They're very wise as well. And then you've got the Ace of Cups for me, which is a card of self-love. So it's almost like with the Chariot, the whole, do you put yourself out there, go for what you want, give yourself the opportunity, give yourself the chance, or do you stick to keeping to yourself and focus on the whole self-care, taking care of yourself? And yeah. Let's have a look what else comes up here. So it's very much a choice here. I mean, the encouragement is there to come out of that cocoon and come out of the cave, but it's still a choice. You still have a choice to make, and it doesn't happen by itself, does it? It happens through action, which is the Eight of Pentacles, through effort. So the Devil, which I said is likely fears. Yeah. We've got the Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords. Your cards are getting chaotic as well. Okay, what wanted to come out? I'm not going to take them because they were a bit chaotic. The Nine of Pentacles and Seven of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, it's the comfort zone, isn't it? And then the Seven of Pentacles is the card about that can ask if it's worth the putting in the effort into something, putting the effort and the energy into something. Let's try that again. It does fit with what I've said in terms of the fears. I mean, the Six of Pentacles, it's a card of generosity, giving and receiving. So there would be fears around that, wouldn't there? Whether it's gonna be fair. Like, if you start putting yourself back out there, is it gonna be fair? Are you gonna be treated equally, valuably? Is that the right word? Yeah, valuably. And then the Eight of Swords, I was gonna say it with the last bunch of cards actually, about analysis paralysis. The Eight of Swords, it kind of feels like the analysis paralysis part of things, where you overthink it. What else do we need to know here? We've got the Ten of Wands, right? I would say that's where it's called clarifying the Devil. You don't want this to feel like a burden. You don't want putting yourself back out there to feel like a burden. You have the Ace of Swords and you have the Four of Cups. So again, the Four of Cups is I need to get something else for the Ace of Swords, but the Four of Cups is that worry again. Is if you, well, first of all, is it the right thing to do? Second of all, the opportunity is always available to you to put yourself out there, but do you want it or not? But there's just a general sense of dissatisfaction or worry that you're not going to be satisfied. Like, the one thing I can think of with that is, right, I have never been a fan of nightclubs. I'm just not. I've done it as probably more so when I was a lot younger. I was obsessed with, I just want to find a really good nightclub, and I've been to quite a few, and I think I got to the point where I realized, you know why you don't really enjoy nightclubs? Because you don't actually like nightclubs in general. I love music. I'll happily put music on in my home and dance around and whatever then. But I just don't like nightclubs. I like to drink. Sometimes I like to listen to music, but I just don't like clubs. And there have been times where I've been out occasionally and enjoyed it, but that's very rare, very, very rare occasions. So yeah, the point I'm trying to make is, what is it? I think it's just the overall concern if it's going to be worth it, if you're going to enjoy it or not. I think is the main point I'm trying to make. Okay, let's get something for the Ace of Swords. I think the other point I was trying to make is, when I brought up the example of nightclubs, it's just, when there's certain things in life that you're just not really that inspired to do, and you just feel like it's never going to be satisfactory, or it's never going to work out. Like, as I said, with the nightclubs, there have been rare occasions that I've been to events. It wasn't, the thing is, the ones I enjoyed the most, it wasn't like a proper nightclub event. Like, I like the brunches. Okay, I get where I was going with that. I like the brunches. I realise I may not like being in a nightclub at night, but I love going to brunches. So you get to have a drink, you get music, you get your food. It's in the daytime, and I love those. And I was quite happy going to those. So with this, as I say, with the Four of Cups, you're probably sitting there thinking there's only one way of doing things, when really, maybe what you need to do is do it in a different way. So if you want to socialize with people, and you're concerned about whether you're going to like it or not, the type of people, if there's going to be drama, how can you do that differently? Like, if it is socializing, it could be something else, but use your imagination. How can you do that differently where you're more likely to get enjoyment out of it rather than feeling dissatisfied? Okay, there we go, got my point across. Ace of Swords. So we have the Lovers, and we have just, oh, okay. So that kind of fits with what I just said. As I say, there's already fears about about you don't want it to be a burden. You're in an analysis paralysis. Is it going to be fair to you? There's something about authenticity here with the Ace of Swords. And again, that does fit with that Four of Cups, where you wanna authentically enjoy something. You want it to feel authentic to you. And you want to genuinely value it as well. So again, going back to the example, if you're trying to put yourself out there with something, you just want it to feel authentic overall. You don't want to have to fake something. And that can be another reason why people keep to themselves, because wherever they go, whatever they do, they have a tendency to feel like it's just not authentic to them. But when you look at it from that perspective as well, you have to consider, if so many of your experiences feel inauthentic, what's going on internally that may need to change within you. Why so many things feel inauthentic? Are you showing the real you, if that's the case? Because you know how they say that our external world mirrors our internal world. And I've been there actually, where I haven't necessarily shown the true me, and I've had in the past friendships that were quite surface level, that were very surface level. And I realized that the people were fine. Like, there was nothing wrong with the person I had a friendship with, but I realized that, look, this friendship it's not authentic, because I'm not even being my real self in this. There's me and this person we're all right with each other, but there's not really a genuine bond, and I'm just trying to force it. So yeah, if you feel like it's not authentic, in what's going on in your life isn't authentic, it may be that you're not being your real self, or expressing your real self, or expressing what you really want. And maybe that's something that you need to identify, who you really are and what you really want. And then you'll start to have opportunities and experiences that are more authentic to you. Right, okay. So let's look at the Eight of Pentacles. So we've got the Four of Swords, and I did initially say the first thing that came to mind, or one of the things that came to mind with the Eight of Pentacles, is about needing to put the effort in. But with the Four of Swords, again, that is a bit of resistance because that's an isolated energy. That is someone being to themselves, protecting their peace as well. We have the Moon. We have the Nine of Wands. Bear with me, that's flown on the floor. We have the Justice card and we have the Hierophant. I'm going to get one for the Hierophant. I do have thoughts on the other cards, but I just want to get something for the Hierophant. Why is the Hierophant here, please? So we've got the King of Swords, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Fire. Okay. Right, the Hierophant is kind of over there to itself. So as I said, again, reluctance. There's a need to put the effort in, but there may be reluctance where you're trying to protect your peace. Again, the Moon can be fears. It can be fear of the unknown. It can be concerns about putting yourself out there. The word backlash is coming to mind. Take that as you will if that's relevant to you. But just the battle and the struggle of putting yourself out there for whatever your reasons are. You don't want that. You want things to work, to be fair for you. You want it to be fair for you. With that Hierophant card, again, it brings me back with the King of Swords to that authenticity and contemplating. Well, first of all, because you've got a card like the Five of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups, it's learning more about yourself, learning that would be doing the work. The Eight of Pentacles would be doing the work, but it's also learning what you want to do, what you want to put your time and effort and energy into authentically, what you really desire and what you really care about and what you really love authentically. And also learning again, what have you learned from past experiences? What have you learned from past relationship situations, romantic friendships? What have you learned about that? What have you learned about yourself in that, much less anyone else? Forget anyone else. What have you learned about yourself through those experiences? And learning who you are, what's made you who you are, and what is authentic to you now. Like, who are you authentically and what do you want and need authentically? That's everything that comes to mind with that, because that will help you to transform, and it should sort of give you that boost to come out and be your true self if you feel you haven't been. Okay, I've said so much. I'm going to leave it there and just get some final advice because I feel like I've babbled on a lot in this reading. So Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Final advice, God, for Capricorn. What do we need to know for this? Final advice for Capricorn. Well, the first card we have is Magic Works Through You. And interestingly, who did I just read for? Virgo. Virgo had that card as well. Theirs was a completely different type of reading. But I was just saying it's interesting because I'm going, scarab beetles are connected to Egypt, and I'm going to an event tonight to do with Egypt. Magic Works Through You. Let me get you another one. I feel like that's an encouragement that you can make things work in the way that you want them to. If you've had experiences where you're at the point where it's like, you feel like Groundhog Day, where you're going through the same shit constantly, especially with environments and people, you have the power to make that change. You have the power to work within. If there's anything interfering with your authenticity, you have the power to do that, and you have the power to make things change in your reality as well. What else? What else? We have Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide. So that's typically a card of kind of ask for guidance. If you feel like you want to pray, speak to whatever it is that you believe in, God, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ask for guidance there. In terms of figuring out what's going on with you internally, and in terms of guidance, in terms of putting yourself out there as well. There was something else that came up with that. If opportunities are put in front of you, don't let the fears stop you from taking those opportunities up. Sort of allow it, sort of think of it. I mean, trust your intuition as well, and your logic and your intuition. But with the opportunities that come up, rather than letting the fears come in straight away, or the worries or concerns, and feeling the, you know, the Groundhog Day feeling of same shit, different day, see what happens if you pursue the opportunity or take the opportunity and just let it flow. You know, I keep saying a lot of the time, we'd like there to be guarantees when we take up new opportunities and go into new cycles and whatever, but there's never a guarantee with anything. So, you know, let Spirit be your guide. Let that lead the way. Obviously, you take the lead yourself as well, but allow Spirit to guide you and lead you as well. Let's just get you one more, because this did feel like quite a heavy reading. Okay, and then we have set healthy boundaries. So it's fine to have the boundaries. It is fine to have the boundaries, and maybe that's something where you need to reassess. There's something about reassessing the boundaries, because obviously, well, not obviously, but if you're having to hide away, if you feel like you're having to hide away, I think it would be more important to have, I'm not sure how this will work for you, to be honest. This is going to be a very individual thing, but there may be a need to consider how your boundaries work, or what your boundaries are, or something, instead of having to hide away excessively. Yeah, I'm not sure how that one will work, but hopefully that will make sense to you. It's like recalibration of your boundaries so that it works better, rather than you having to put yourself in isolation. Okay, hopefully there was something helpful in here for you, and you can find something useful from it. Thank you very much for watching the video. Thank you for supporting the channel. I hope you have a great week and a great month. Take care.